Hi everyone, it's Lou from CraftStash. Today I'm going to show you how you can stamp a coloured ink onto a darker background. So if you're stamping onto a dark cardstock, sometimes you might get effects that just really aren't good enough. You can't see your coloured ink. So I'm going to show you how to improve this and make sure it really shows up. So the trick is to add a lighter layer to your cardstock before you add your colour, and I do this with a pigment ink and usually a white pigment ink. If you don't have white, you can use something like a pale grey, for example, in place of, but white is going to give you the brightest, truest colour. Now you need to use pigment as well, because pigment sits on top of the cardstock and doesn't soak in like a dye ink. If you use a dye ink, as I say, it'll soak into the cardstock, you're not going to see it. The pigment is, imagine it's a bit like a powder. It will sit on top. Although it will hold fast, it will sit on top, and then you can put your design or your colour over the top of that. So I tend to use the Ranger Distress ink in Picket Fence for this, and you want to make sure your ink pad is really juicy. I've just re-inked mine, which is why it's got a bit of mess around there. You can buy re-inkers as well for that to keep on top, rather than keep buying new ink pads all the time. And we're just going to take our stamp, and this is where you really need a stamping platform, because if you don't have a stamping platform, you're not going to know whether you're going to be placing your stamp back exactly in the same place when you do your second colour. So into my Creative Craft product stamp platform, and I'm going to apply the ink. Now you may find, depending on the absorption of your cardstock, you need 1, 2 or even 3 layers of the white ink, but keep stamping this until you've got a really nice bright white layer. Now that's my second layer. I think that's bright enough. I'm going to leave that now to dry as much as possible. I don't want any moisture when I add my next layer, so I can take my time now to clean up my stamp. Now I can go back in with the colour that I wanted in the beginning and repeat this again. You might want to do 2 layers, maybe even 3. Just see how the colour builds up. It is really going to depend on the different cardstock you've used, the colour of the cardstock, the colour of the ink. So it's very variable, but if you've got a stamp positioner like this one, then you're going to have no problem just re-inking and stamping to get that beautiful bright image. And that stands out so much more now. So look at the first one where we just put the colour directly onto the cardstock. You can hardly see it at all. That is a lot brighter. So I hope you found this tip helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to the CraftStash YouTube channel for more tips and tricks like this. And I think you're really going to love this playlist full of 3-minute card making hacks just here.